Hey, what's going on to you, Taurus? So, you, Taurus, actually have the Nine of Cups, Four of Swords, and then you also have the Four of Wands. Um, so, uh, yeah, so for you, Taurus, right? What you've got going on for you is the Nine of Cups, Four of Swords, Four of Wands. There's a sense of, okay, um, there's a sense of deep self-reflection that's going on with you, Taurus. And some of you may even be overdoing it in the sense that you may think like, why didn't you know better in this situation and that situation? I mean, it's already pretty much in the past in that sense. I definitely understand that you wish this is New York. It being loud outside Saturday, people acting out. It is what it is. Um, and this is with the window closed. So for you, Taurus, right? Again, this is about how you're overthinking it, or you have you wish that you could do something to potentially go back in the past and get it, or not do it. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. One of the best things that you can do is put your loved ones who haven't been through that on game. I've said this before, right? That when you're young, that's really the best time to go through all of these things, because I've seen people who have had moderate to great success when they're young, and when they get older, they don't understand when things are happening to them, why things are happening to them, or what to do. You know, they don't. I don't. They don't know. They don't know. You know, and so they find themselves being in a situation where uh, they want to get to know. They want to get to know me because I can help them out. So you're in a place now where tell people whom you love, understand you can't go back in the past, but you can rewrite your future because now you know better, like it is that I was saying before. So it's just lessons. Like, it's just lessons. I don't have any personal vendettas against anybody that I may have had beef with or conflict with in the past. I'm not plotting anything on them. I don't care. Some of them I don't, what I'm saying? Some of them I don't remember their name. Some of them I don't know where. I know all of them. I don't know where they are. And you know, if whenever it is that I do get updates, it's from around the way. It's not really like I'm actively going out there and trying to seek their attention. So the situation for you is that for you, Taurus, you're at that point right now, right? Where once again, like, okay, the past, you've learned so much. Now it's like, okay, well, what do you do for the future? And the thing is that the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, right? It's up to you at this point. What do you, Taurus, want to do? How do you want your future to look like? Somebody in the Gemini reading was talking about how they're waiting for a big change. When will this stuff happen? These people got to get real. No disrespect. As soon as you get up off your butt and make it happen. The first thing that I would do if I lost all of this, or the first thing that I would do if I had a job and I lost my job, is that I wouldn't sit down and wait. I would immediately start filling out job applications, because I haven't fallen off enough to where I'm behind on my bills to lose my place. You understand what I'm saying? So I still have time to to have, or I still have time to basically fill out job applications. I immediately, as soon as I get fired, the next day, because you might get fired in the nighttime, but if you get fired in the daytime, especially if it's the daytime where you know you know hours, people are, still working hours, right? It's not like nighttime where people starting to go home from work. Let me tell you, got fired immediately, the same, and I'm not joking, the same day, go fill out job applications, any job application I can get. So it really just depends. And it's the same concept here, right? It's the same concept here for you, Taurus, right? How do you change the future? You put other people on, you learn from your mistakes, okay? You don't overthink it. And when you see things going the same way that you saw before, you wait and see. And if it still goes down, if it's you have a limit, if it still keeps going down that path, that's when you jump. That's when you say, okay, it's time for you to get off at this stop here. Because you know where this train is going, and you know you're not going to want to be on it, right? So to speak, a figure of speech. My goat mouth. Anyway, and so the situation with you is that and that's where you are right now. The Seven of Swords, you gotta stop being so hard on yourselves, because some of you Taurus, again, you wish that you could see everything. I'm gonna tell you, me, even as a seer, you can't see everything. You could even, there's some people who are gifted where they could see, like me, you could see years in advance, but you can't see every single minute detail that will happen down to the to you no I no one has that ability. I'm talking about where you could see years, and you could see every little bit of what will happen. Eh, eh, I can see years into the future sometimes. I can't tell you every single last detail of what will happen on every given day of every month of the year. No one can do that. Not even you. No one can do that. If you can do that, let me know in the comment section if you can do that, right? And I'll ask you what are tonight's winning lottery numbers. But even a seer like me can't even see every minute detail down to the micro time, down to the microseconds of every day of every year. I can't do that. And so the thing is that the Ace of Wands, the Temperance, and the Page of Wands here represents how a lot of you, Taurus, a lot of you very much so have just become much more structured in the way that you, Taurus, I'm seeing that, like, again, the Ace of Wands, the Temperance, the Page of Wands, you've learned how to have fun, but it's a sense of you're like, you understand that relationships need to have a purpose, and that a lot of you Taurus understand that you're not going to allow people to waste your time, because people wasting your time was one of the biggest setbacks that you've had, because you're trying to be good to these people and they're not trying to be good back to you, and all they're trying to do is like essentially waste your time. And so a lot of you Taurus understand that, time wasting is a big thing too. Once you start people trying to waste your time, or too much time going by, a lot of you Taurus should apply pressure. And if they say nothing, or if they tell you no, or if it's something to where I don't really want to, whatever, then obviously it's time for you to bounce. Because then the purpose is going to continue to be about time wasting. And so now the Page of Wands here is about how you, Taurus, so you got to understand, it's going to rub some people the wrong way. It's gonna rub some people the wrong way. Some people are not going to like the fact that you're not allowing them to waste your time. But truth be told, you should never date anybody. See, this is what I'm talking about. One of the biggest things that a lot of people are having a real situation with is them allowing themselves to have time wasted from them, and they don't say anything. And that's the thing that I'm talking about, why I used to get so upset. Am I still a little bit upset when people do that? I'm annoyed. Um, but then I just leave them alone. I don't take them seriously after that. But what I'm trying to say here is that time is one of the biggest, that time is one of the most important things in the world, even though technically it doesn't exist Your youth and how great things are going is one of the most important things when it comes to anything, because again, you don't know every single minute detail in the future, right? And so what's happening here is you want to get out ahead in front of it by thinking proactively. You want to get out ahead in front of it by thinking ahead, right? You get yourself into a relationship with somebody because there's no telling if you may still have the good amount or the amount. So the quality or the quantity of options, or both, or either, I should say, that you will have in the future. Okay, you might be still here in the future or around. Okay, that's great. But at the same time, you may not have the same pick or the amount of people that you've had, which by definition means not the same pick. And so what's going on here is that you want to get out ahead in front of that. So when people waste your time, you should be insulted, because it's like, what was the point of, they're wasting their own time, mind you, you know, and that's the stupidity of it. But see, the thing is that the Three of Cups and the Strength card is about, you're not, a lot of you Taurus as well, you're not going to do so much partying. You're not going to do so much partying so early on. Yeah, you're going to have fun, but you're not going to do so much partying because you don't want people to start looking at you like you're just for a good time. I'm seeing a lot of you Taurus as well will kind of get to know a person, and the partying will come over time, of course, naturally, as it is that you are more secure in this relationship with this person that you have established, if it gets that far. And that's my point. If it gets that far, great. Then obviously those are the people that you can have major fun with. But if they can't get that far, then that's why you wasn't getting so far, right? So let's clarify the Strength card for you, Taurus, by the way. Strength is Leo, right? Showing restraint, right? Showing restraint. So it's not about just having fun immediately. Not saying that you Taurus don't know fun, or you cannot have fun, or not saying that you Taurus are boring. But what I am saying is that not coming right out with it and trying to immediately have fun. Once again, I'm not saying to not have fun at the very beginning. I didn't say all that. But what I am saying is that the more boring the starting off point, the more boring the starting off point, better it is. Better it is. Why? Because the best relationships usually start off boring. Because again, these are all things to pretty much let you Taurus know if the person, what's really important to the person. If the person is playing a game and they're in the game, or if the person is really trying to get to know people for real, for real. A person shouldn't want all of this extra excitement immediately, because getting to know someone that they don't know should be enough excitement in on itself. So if a person is trying to have all this fun immediately, that should let you Taurus know that these people are really not meant to be trusted, because they're already trying to go on a helicopter ride, and it's like the first time you've met them. Like, what kind of romantic novel book are they reading? And I'm starting to read the romantic novel books too, like, because some Taurus is gonna think I'm goofy, but I'm reading the novel books because I'm trying to figure out like what is up with these things, right? Like how do you write like a good romantic novel? Like, what are the elements of something that draws people in? And so yeah, so not too much excitement all too much at once. So you have the Five of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Page of Cups, High Priestess, and then you Taurus also have the Hermit. So the High Priestess is Sagittarius and Taurus mixed together. So no, excuse me, I'm sorry, that's the Hierophant. The high priestess is Virgo and Taurus mixed together. Okay. And then the hermit is Virgo. Um, so what I'm seeing here is that the Five of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and the Page of Cups for you, Taurus, it could represent how um right. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so you just okay. So pretty much what it is that I was saying, that you don't, you gotta hide that. You gotta hide the fun loving part, the a lot of fun that you have. Once again, not saying that you Taurus cannot have fun. I didn't say all of that. What I am saying is not so much. And a lot of you are if when you get to know a brand new person, you're gonna let the fun out as time go by and start having more fun, like I suggested. And so the high priestess and the hermit right here is about how that's interesting. The high priestess has written tarot on it. That's funny. And so that's clever. And so the high priestess right here represents how, which is Taurus and Virgo, and then the hermit. Both of these right here for you are about how, and no shortcuts. No kind of shortcuts or any of that stuff. And what I mean when I say shortcuts, I mean falling for the same thing that you used to, right? The same kind of excuses. Remember, you got to make sure that you're good. You got to make sure that you're taken care of, right? In a way that you like. And so, don't allow a person to just be like, oh, I got you, and just tell you some goofy stuff. They have to actually like give you something concrete. And I'm not talking about something like physical. I'm talking about, something that is discussed, that they directly state that they are interested and they want to get to know you, right? Like for instance, don't ever get to know someone long term and they don't tell you that they want you to be their significant other. If they have not done that, you are supposed to apply pressure and be like, okay, what's going on here? Tell me what's going on so I can get up on my way. Don't be out here wasting too much time. And so the situation with that is that people will tell you, people will tell you at that point. People will tell you what's going on. And then if they basically if they act like that, and then they basically betray your trust, then they're fully responsible. They are boo-boo at that point. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We have 29,383 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.